Chat. Chat. 1 2 1 2. All right. We in this motherfucker. I was sitting here minding my own business, handling some stuff. And I was listening to something while I was working. And I should have planned this better, but I don't give a fuck. We got to get into this. But first, before we get started, as is our custom in the plug late night, we need some motherfucking theme music. And of course, we go to our theme music maker, soon out. And of course, I got some beautiful lyrics written in here and a great description of what I want to hear. So let's see what we got.
Big one. They had to jump on, I ain't playing this shit. I heard them talking down, I can't stand that shit. I can hear mom mumbling like a mad ass kid. I just wanna make a couple bands, that's it. Hey, got my people in my clan, hold it down, that's rich. Put the show off the lot and I cash that whip. Pour another cup, celebrate that shit. They gon' see us win and be mad, that's them. Yeah, hey. It's the plug. I behave in the club, can't behave. I be high, if I keep a buzz, I'm center stage. In a rage, finna spray, tiny soul, penetrate. Been a go, been a grave, been a lag, like taste. It's the plug. Night. It's the plug. Night. It's the plug. We John Blaze, Blaze. John Blaze, Blaze.
Saying I ain't about to lose a second girl, cash out. She was cute, cool, but I don't like that. That's the way a nigga move. All right, let's try the next one. Let's see what we got. I like that though. That was a nice vibe. I like the hands.
You don't know that's pro though, look. It had to jump on, I ain't playing this shit. I heard him talking down, I can stand that shit. I can hear him mumble like a mad ass kid. I just wanna make a couple bands, that's it. Got my people in my clan, hold it down, that's rich. Wait until I hit the lot and I cash that whip. Pour another cup, celebrate that shit. They gon' see us win and be mad, that's them. It's the plug of the bay, in the club, can't behave, I'll be hell. I keep a buzz, I'm center stage. In the rage, finna spray, till they open at your tray. Been the goat, in the grave, been alive, been more play. It's the plug, late night. It's the plug, it's the plug, late night. It's the plug, with John Blaze, with John Blaze. It had to jump on, I ain't playing this shit. I heard them talking down, I can't stand that shit. I can hear him mumbling like a mad ass kid. I just wanna make a couple bands, that's it. Got my people in my clan, hold it down, that's rich. Wait until I hit the lot and I cash that whip. Pour another cup, celebrate that shit. They gon' see us win and be mad, that's them. It's a plug, every day, in the club, can't behave, I'll be high, I can keep a buzz, I'm center stage. General rage, finna spray, till they so penetrate. Been a goat, been a great, been out of line, MLK. It's the plug late night. It's the plug late night. It's the plug late night. It's the plug with John Blaze. With John Blaze. down, I ain't planning shit. I heard him talking now and I can't stand that shit. I can hear him mumbling like a mad ass kid. I just wanna make a couple bands, that's it. Got my people in my clan, hold it down, that's rich. Wait until I hit the light and I catch that whip. Pour another cup, celebrate that shit. They gon' see us win and be mad, that's them. It's the plug, left me here in the club, can't behave. I'll be here, I keep a buzz, I'm center stage. In a rave, in a spray, till they show, penetrate. Been a cold, been a gray, been all low, I'm okay. It's the plug, late night. It's the plug, late night. It's the plug, John Blake, John Blake, John Blake.
All right, all right, all right. That's enough of that. All right, so tonight's topic, as you see, is motherfucking haters and infiltrators. What I mean by that is, come here lately, it's been a lot of people talking about coming together as black people and, putting all the diaspora wars aside, even though it really ain't no war. Um, and some of those people have been saying shit like, oh well, it's a certain group of black people in America that want to distance themselves from other black people, and they talking about us. And when they do talk about us, they have this vitriol in their voice. They got this hate in their shit. You can hear it. And then that's when we start asking, where is this nigga from? Who is this nigga peoples? Where your family from? You know what I'm saying? How long you been here? That's when we start asking them questions like that. And the point of asking them questions is because we don't talk like that around here. Don't get me wrong. We got our Sambos, we got our Coons, but we know who they are. Us in general around here, we don't talk like that. We don't talk like, oh, you niggas is lazy and all of that. Usually it's a type of motherfucker that talk like that. So, I was sitting here while I was coding this other program, and I was watching this new creator. I just seen him. This is my first time seeing him. Shout out to that dude. I actually reached out to him. Hopefully I can reach out to him, because that's another thing. We really gotta highlight like Black American creators online, because we are not in the algorithm, just like we not in the algorithm of life around this bitch. You hear what I'm saying? Like how they try to keep us out. Yeah, they got code for that now. So I like to highlight Black Americans that's talking about Black American issues, rather than some of these people that come over here trying to play the role like they for Black power, but in reality, they on some subversion shit. Because delineation is very important. And let me tell you why. People for years have been coming over here and doing bullshit under the banner of Black. And we've been getting blamed for it as Black Americans. Now that we delineate, we seeing that Nigerians is doing this, Somalians is doing that, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans is doing this. It's no longer just a Black person is doing this. And now we're starting to see that a lot of the bullshit that we get blamed for don't even be us. And that's very important in us getting our steps to getting reparations and things like that. We got to differentiate ourselves from everybody else, because as soon as we try to get something for ourselves, here come other people wanting to say they're Black. When it's something to win, when it's something to gain, everybody want to be Black. Black solidarity. The same niggas that was saying, I know Black for 50 fucking years. Now all of a sudden, you want to claim that shit when there's some real shit on the floor. So, haters and infiltrators, man. It's a couple of people, man, that every now and then I see videos about them, and they be trying to talk like they for Black empowerment and Black progress and all of that, but then they got this ill, sick little feeling towards us, and you can hear it in what they say. And I want to pinpoint some of these niggas, because when you out and about and you hear niggas say certain shit, you need to be able to know, like, you know what? Something up with this nigga. So, Exhibit A, this guy. So, Deontay Kyle. This is 3 minutes. I'm gonna scoot it back a little bit because MLB Rule, he's a Black American creator. I just seen him today, so I want to highlight him and give him his chance to speak his piece. So let's hear what he got to say.
These niggas ain't involved in nothing outside. They ain't doing shit outside. They on the internet looking for niggas that look just like them to degrade and call tethers all day. I don't see these niggas doing no work against none of these fucking Nazis, none of these fucking Klansmen, nothing. All I see is them niggas calling out.
Now, see, that's the first thing. For a nigga to come around here and say you ain't seen niggas do no work against no Nazis and clowns and all of that, motherfucker, we've been doing work on that shit for the past 300 fucking 400 years, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? We all been outside, nigga. We was just outside. What are you talking about? We was just turning up for 2 or 3 years in a row. The fuck are you talking about? It'd be that type of shit that niggas be saying to make you be like, who is this nigga? Who mans is this? Where you come from?
Other black people all day. That's divisive as fuck.
Here we go. Other black people. See, when they see us differentiating ourselves from some of these other people that come over here doing bullshit under our name, all of a sudden that's wrong. And then all of a sudden, all the black people are trying to be together. Oh, everybody's black all of a sudden. Yeah. Who mans is this?
Questioning niggas. Where you from?
Speaking of parenting, your TikTok video about your biological mom being white.
Yeah.
That sparked so much like conversation around identity.
I did not know that. That makes so much sense now. I was wondering because I never really checked to see where this nigga was from or if he was an immigrant or a tether or something. No wonder. Problem, question, answer. Anyway.
And like being biracial.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy ML Brew. And on today's chopping block, we got Deontay Kyle. Deontay, you been talking too much, my nigga. You letting your mouth overload your ass, bro. Talking too tough. But anyways, let's get into the video, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for more.
FBA, the Foundational Black American. These niggas ain't involved in nothing outside. They ain't doing shit outside. They on the internet looking for niggas that look just like them to degrade and call tethers all day. I don't see these niggas doing no work against none of these fucking Nazis.
See, now you full of shit. On my little small YouTube channel, I called out Hassan Piker yesterday, and now I'm calling out you, Deontay, because you're spewing bullshit.
None of these fucking Klansmen, nothing. All I see is them niggas calling out other black people all day. That's divisive as fuck. Questioning niggas. Where you from? Where was you born? Nigga gotta show you your freedom papers? Damn, massa. I gotta show you the freedom papers? Who is these niggas on this nag? Bunch of motherfucking Stevens over there trying to check a nigga blood. Wanna check?
How ironic you calling us Stevens? Sir, you know you're a fucking mulatto. You're a biracial dude.
Nigga whole day.
And you trying to call FBA's Stevens? You don't see how that's disrespectful?
A nigga papers. Sound like ICE. Another 3-letter organization. Healing and perspective or hate speech and fear mongering. But a lot of us only know how to be in community with abusers. So when niggas start talking about healing, when niggas start talking about organization, we start talking about inclusion, we start talking about mass communal practices. You've never seen that. That's not your experience. That's not where you feel comfortable. Calling niggas names, checking niggas verification. What hood is this? What hood is that? Now, if we was gangbanging and killing each other, it would be a problem. But it's not a problem when a nigga asks where you from and it's on the internet and it's on the basis.
Of course we're going to ask you where you from. You know why? Because people like, just for a recent example, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is from Trinidad. She's Caribbean. But she goes and was on Trump dick yesterday. Like she was a black American, like her lineage is through this country. As to say, fuck it, y'all struggle not that real. That's why we delineate, Kyle.
of a culture that we created out of oppression. You don't want to let other niggas participate in your culture because they come over here and degrade him. And you know the business of colonization better than anybody.
That is the biggest issue that we got right now. We let everybody on the fucking planet participate in our culture. And the things that we get, oh, y'all niggas lazy, y'all niggas baby mamas, y'all niggas don't want to work. We come over here to do better than y'all. We came over here with 75 cents. Look at us, we doing better than y'all now. Y'all just don't work hard enough. You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is the fucking thanks we get. So yeah, niggas is not happy about that.
Niggas is brainwashed. I'm not going back and forth with.
So it's on us, again, it's on us black people to forgive them, huh? While they shit on us, fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you, Kyle.
No nigga that come here from another country in search of the American dream when I know this shit is a nightmare. I'm not going back and forth with no nigga that think he finna get some favor from these white people. I see you niggas that's born in America do the same.
That nigga said from these white people like he ain't one of them.
Ain't shit. Michigan head coach. That nigga ain't no tether. Stephen A. Smith ain't a motherfucking tether. How many niggas?
No, he's a coon. See, the difference between how we carry ourselves over here in Black America and how the rest of y'all carry yourselves is we check our weak ass motherfuckers. When niggas say weak ass shit or bullshit, we check the fuck out of their ass ASAP. Nigga, y'all don't say shit. Y'all just let the niggas come up, blow up. Next thing you know, they anti-Black American. That's the fucking problem.
Have we seen tap dance and degrade black people that are from America, born in America? When niggas do it from abroad, I don't say it's an issue with.
We have a word for them. It's called coons.
It's called a motherfucking coon. And we been calling them niggas out for generations. Every time the nigga pop his head out, we call them out and they pop their head the fuck back in.
I'm pretty sure you heard of that. That's a pretty well-known name. We call them coons. So what's wrong with us calling them the rightful word tether when they come over here and tether on us? What's wrong with that, Deontay Kyle?
Them, I know that they're brainwashed by the system because they went through colonization over there just like we went through it over here. Why the fuck is they leaving Africa? Because Europeans are destabilizing their countries, inserting capitalist dictators, fascist dictators in more democratic socialist societies, toppling governments, and then sending the niggas fleeing. Where do they go? To America. And what do? They come through with their religious minds, with their colonized minds, and destable Black American revolutionaries because they don't know no better. And it's a bunch of niggas in America that don't know no better. They only are used to being in community with abusers. We have been oppressed in this country for 400 years. Some of us don't know how it feels not to be oppressed. Some of you ain't comfortable if you're not oppressed. You've never created an idea of what freedom looks like for you. Black Americans, and I advocate for this. Nigga, me and Big Cat are the blackest of Black Americans.
I'm gonna pull up the next video that you're not the blackest of Black Americans because you even admitted that your mother is white, right?
Speaking of parenting, your TikTok video about your biological mom being white.
Yeah.
That sparked so much like conversation around identity and like being a biracial kid, and what made you want to share that and particularly going through that conversation?
So it was just you just start talking about yourself. Like honestly, my mama died in 2019.
Sorry.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know I was adopted. So I found out post her. I was adopted at 2 days old. You did what I'm saying? So. Of course, that is going to spark up a whole bunch of stuff around identity and things like that. But for me, it was liberating because I was like, bro, I knew I went crazy, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
you knew you weren't tripping. You couldn't grow. You couldn't get them dreads to lock, huh? That should have told.
What does that even mean? I knew I wasn't crazy. So what, you just knew you was different, or you just what? What the fuck is it? Because that hair sure is forced. I know it's a lot of motherfucking holder in that shit to keep it popping.
Do every fucking thing, nigga. When you seen them puffy ass dreads couldn't lock, that should have told you, oh yeah, I'm half white.
We ain't all in here looking alike. I'm the oddball out on how we look.
It was just the physical looking, or did you feel a way internally?
No, it's just like it's everything. I don't think the way. It's a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was.
What does that mean? What is you like? What you didn't know you was Superman, nigga? Like. What, you had superpowers and you didn't know you could fucking fly? Nigga, you was a regular nigga.
You don't think away what? Finish that sentence, bro. You don't think away what? You don't think like niggas? Are you on some eugenic shit? How ironic saying that the FBAs was the people on some Stephen shit, but
like you got better genes or something. This nigga just pulled a Sydney Sweeney, nigga. This nigga just pulled a Sydney Sweeney like, yeah, nigga, my genes are better.
You just almost did some eugenic shit. And that was close one. That's how I know you smart. You caught that one.
Really, it's like I'm gonna let you hear it from the horse's mouth, because it was old TikTok videos that was resurfacing, and people was like, see, he ain't no black leader. He ain't even black. It's like, shout out, my mom and daddy black. I was adopted at 2 days old. I don't even know these folks. For one, I don't know if these folks white or not. I don't know them. And only thing I know is John. We just joke about being Scottish, because I did a little ancestor. Like, you know, when you first find something out, you like, oh no, it's like, oh, I'm 30% Scottish, I'm 40% Nigerian. I'm like, real? You know what I mean? I'm a Scottish Nigerian. Yeah. But I'm going through like my own emotions of like accepting it.
AKA, I'm going through my own identity crisis. I'm going through my own shit, and I'm trying to come in FBA because I don't know what the fuck I am. So I'm just gonna lash out at them.
Projection.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I went through a lot of angry phases about this, but you gonna try to discredit who I am because of something you say, hey, I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna take, like,
be real, you was discrediting yourself. You like, oh my God, I'm white, I'm fucking Scottish. I'm no wonder I feel so bad about black people. It was baked into my goddamn DNA.
You can't hear from the horse's mouth. It wasn't really about defending anything. It's just like, no, yeah, I'm black. Now what? Cause like, you ain't gonna discredit me, bro. Like, it's a couple creators. They are like, it's
me. I don't have to discredit you. This is what I love about this new age of media and being able to do shit like this. Like, I'm not gonna be the best at this. And anybody that know me personally, you know, I got ulterior motives for even doing this podcast. I'm testing this off this platform. I'm live on 5 different fucking social medias right now. Well, 4: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, all live at the same time. So this is a test of the fucking national broadcasting system. But I forgot what the fuck I was about to say that for. But yeah, this nigga on some bullshit.
These men be obsessed with me, bro.
That's right. Yeah, me. Yeah. Nah, I'm not obsessed with you, nigga. These are the type of niggas we gotta call out. And now that we know what tip he on, we don't even have to worry about this nigga no more, because we already know he confused, identity crisis, anti-black, because he really ain't black, and case closed on this nigga.
Make videos about me all day, every day. And it's like
all the
yeah. And I'll be like, it's free promotion.
Welcome.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Community that just reacts to your content, even your old content.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's love though, because like, even fake pages, like, bro, they all promoting me. They page is full of my face. Once they find the real thing, we lit. But I think for me, it was just like clarifying, like, this ain't nothing I'm running away from, bro. And at the same time, it's like, I was 2 days old, bro. I don't know them people. I don't know nothing about them. I don't really desire to either.
Your biological father black?
Yeah. Well, I heard stories. You know what I'm saying? I really don't, like, even my folks don't know. My mom.
So plus you got hit with the Scottish Nigerian. So yo dad probably fuck around, be African, nigga. Let's just keep it a thou. If you want to add 2 + 2 and carry the motherfucking 1.
I almost swore he fucked the secrecy. But then you find out like your mama having womb issues and stuff like that. It's a miracle for her, bro, to be able to get a baby. So it's like, yeah, bro, I'm not tripping on that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever them folks had going on, that was their arrangement. I was here. My folks raised me well, you know what I'm saying? They had their own shortcomings and stuff, but I was raised in a household of love. Yeah. And I learned so much from my household, you know what I mean? And my family taught me so much. It's like, I'm not discarding that because I get some new information. You know what I'm saying? I'm already I'm already whole. So I don't really need to go.
Overly revolutionary.
Yeah.
So that's probably what they're trying to convince you.
Yeah, they did, but it's like, I ain't never known nothing about it. You know, I ain't know I had nothing to compensate for. You know what I mean? Everybody in my neighborhood, but it's like being light-skinned. It's like, I see light-skinned folks all the time. I see mixed folks all the time. Like, all I know is this community. I ain't never really seen no difference, but I understand I could understand the psychology, but behind trying to overcompensate, but that just ain't my vibe.
It be them dog-skinned brothers with balls.
Actually, brother, that is your vibe. That's exactly what you're doing. You're going through this identity crisis, having such a matter-of-fact opinion on what FBA are and shit. When you can't have that opinion, bro. You're a fucking mulatto, nigga. You're not even 100% nigga. And that's why I say you must embrace being biracial. If you don't, you're gonna be on the internet like this nigga. And he making hell of money, but behind the scenes, bro, he going through it in his head. Cause deep down, he know he full of shit. Anyways, that's the video, y'all. Deontay Kyle, bro. Learn when to shut the fuck up. Learn when you don't know. Learn when to it's okay to shut the fuck up, bro. And at least do your homework on all FBA, nigga. It's a lineage. It's not no motherfucking club, nigga.
Hey, you
don't tell Somalis to claim to be just black. You don't tell Jamaicans just to be black. You don't tell any other black people just to be black. Fuck out of here, nigga. It's FBA. We black Americans, nigga. My people died for this country. They bled for this motherfucker, so I'm claiming it. Suck a dick, nigga. Anyways, that's the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what y'all think. Peace.
And I ain't gonna lie, it's just, we state things so well. I ain't gonna lie. He said that gracefully. Now, let's go to another bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I don't talk about people like that. Let's go to another hoe ass nigga. And shout out to Street Media TV. I fuck with him too. Like I said, we gotta always highlight Black American creators. So I want to shout niggas out. Street Media TV. Go fuck with him. Check him out.
Step out there. When you remove the fence from it, and again, he was shaking and all of that stuff. When you remove the fence from it,
you talking about the Corey Holcomb shit.
It amounted to practically nothing. Even so much so to the point to where I said, listen, we don't even have.
In the next 12 to 24 months, I believe America will endure an age of chaos that is
to keep talking.
You ain't no nigga who you buy there with you, goddammit. Made that story sound like she wanted to sound.
Well, ever since that Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb altercation, Anton Daniels has been catching smoke. And the reason why he's catching smoke, because for years online, he's went around and he's disrespected the Black community. He's disrespected Black men. He's disrespected Black women, Black children. He's had no regard for anybody. Now, he's made videos where he said, I don't care who you are, what situation you in, what you was born in. Nobody getting any sympathy for him. He talked about we don't need reparations. He said, as a matter of fact, he's going against our reparations. He even made videos where he was saying that the W woman has given him way greater opportunities than Black people ever has. And he's went out of his way to talk about Black.
And listen, this is my take on reparations because, it's very interesting to see, how some people are like. Don't get me wrong. I do understand the thought process of, we can get it out here on our own and there's things that we can do to do that and that and the third. That is very true. But at the same time, if you don't understand that it's a systematic motherfucking progress out here to keep Black Americans out of certain positions, out of a lot of positions, generationally. If you don't understand that, if you don't understand the harm that does, if you don't understand the meaning of, how that shit going down in Tulsa happened in fucking 30 other cities, if you don't understand how Black wealth in its infancy was brutally slaughtered, like overkill, to the point where we are permanently behind, yeah, reparations is almost the only way to fix that. But even if you don't agree with it, for you to be like, I hope we don't get it, anybody that wanted is just lazy and all that shit, that's when you turn into a hating ass nigga. And that's when we start saying, who is this nigga? What? Because a nigga wouldn't say that. Let's just be real. A nigga wouldn't say that. A real nigga around this bitch, around in America, we're not gonna be hating on a nigga for getting money, regardless of how they get it. Like, get it. Get your money. Just don't take that shit from me. You're my people. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's the way the rest of y'all act. So don't be brand new on that shit, please. Matter of fact, everybody else that's telling us we don't need money is the ones getting money. So that's really kind of hypocritical. So just, if you don't like reparations, you don't have to support it. That's fine. But for you to say niggas don't need it and niggas don't deserve it, that's where the ignorance comes in.
People, any chance he gets. Now he says that he's a black conservative and his idol was Jesus, right? But at the same time, he constantly embarrasses his wife, right? He puts himself in positions now where his children is being embarrassed online. All of this comes from him, right? I mean, he's even turned his back on people that was riding with him on his channel. He said bad things about these people.
Anton Daniels has expressed his disdain for Hebrew Israelites. And not too long ago, he himself expressed an enormous amount of disrespect for their wives and their kids. Anton, you will reap what you sow. Nobody's above reproach, and everyone can be taught.
Now, that was a brother that was cool with him at one time. But Anton running his mouth, right? Because remember, he's new money. That's what Kwame told us. Kwame Brown told us he's new money. So he's walking around, he's showing out, showing off, flashing his wealth in front of other black people's face, while at the same time, he says that he's a Christian, right? He's embarrassing everybody, and he's been being called out for this, right? There's a lot of people that's sick and tired of Anton Daniels' smug attitude, right? Very smug attitude. Now, after the altercation and dust up that he had with Corey Holcomb, he went online just running his mouth, saying anything he wanted to say, right? And however he wanted to say it, right? But now, since he's getting it down and grease is hot and his house is in shambles based off of what he said, right? He's trying to wave the white flag. But before he was waving the white flag, he was talking like this.
I could have been a bigger person, but I decided not to on that platform because I seen weakness in him, and I also wanted to expose him because he thinks he's a bully and he picks and chooses his targets, which I told him that also. So with him getting up and moving the chairs and all of that stuff, nobody was fearful of it. And it wasn't about being tough or anything like that. But it was like, okay, well, let's just see how far it goes. Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes. And it really amounted to just one of those type of dogs that like to bark on the porch, but then when they actually step out there, when you remove the fence from it, and again, he was shaking and all of that stuff. When you remove the fence from it, it amounted to practically nothing. Even so much so to the point to where I said, listen, we don't even have to keep talking about it. We can go out back if you tough, and we can figure it out back there. Because one thing that I'm not going to do, because I know that YouTube don't like fighting. They will demonetize you. They will penalize you. It can go really, really bad. So I'm not going to mess up his platform, and I'm not going to mess up my platform either. And so I'm like, well, listen, we could just go out back. We don't even have to cut the we don't have to cut the stream or anything like that. We can figure it out if you think you're tough. To which I already knew he wasn't going to do it. And he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He sat back down. He shook my hand. And then we continued the conversation. And at that point, I seen a weakness in him. And so I just proceeded to exploit him. I told him that he was scary, that he picks and chooses his targets, that he's hypocritical, that he was scared of Dave Chappelle. That's why he tiptoed around giving his opinion on a special. I told him that the people around him are yes men, and they just tell him what he want to hear. And he doesn't have any real friends, and that's why he continues to alienate people. And so I was very candid and matter of fact, and I didn't pull any punches, and I told him exactly what he was. And once I seen that it was escalating more, and then he started calling me out of my name again, I think that the intelligent thing to do at that point.
Now, after that happened, he was riding high, and I keep telling you guys that the dorks are ruling the internet now. The nerds are controlling the narrative, right? The dorks, the dweebs, the cornballs, all these guys, they're no longer getting wedgies, right? They're no longer getting shoved in lockers and stuff like that. They're no longer getting the noogies, right? None of that, right? They are tough guys and gangsters from the keyboard. They can run their mouth. They can say a whole bunch of stuff. And on the internet, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. As long as you're charismatic enough, you can gather an audience. These guys are getting access to coochie. They would have never had access. They wouldn't even be able to smell it from behind. They wouldn't be able to do anything, right? Them girls wouldn't even let them girls wouldn't even look at them. But now they're able to get a little bit of money, be something that they're not, be fake until they're exposed, and now they get a following. They get enough money to buy a car, they get a little bit of jewelry, right? And they, and they ride high until everything comes falling down, because who you are is who you are, right? Wherever you go, there you are. But the internet has put some protection around these guys and allowed them to lie, right? Because he was so high up, right? He even came at Kwame Brown, right, for no reason, right? He came at Kwame at the time when Kwame gave an assessment like everybody else, and then he started going after Kwame, talking about how basically basically calling Kwame everything but a child of God, right? And said that the wonder Michael Jordan turned on you, just said a whole bunch of disparaging things. So Kwame came back, right? Y'all remember this? Kwame came back and fired off on this dude, man, and ended it to the point where he had to come back and apologize to Kwame, because I told you this guy's a dork, right? I think he was in the movies Revenge of the Nerds back in the day. But y'all remember?
Not for basketball. I got to train for these dudes that run their mouth, but they like chicks. So they got to go get other bad dudes. So I got to train now. You're supposed to be the manly man, the bag chaser. And what I watched happen was somebody in a chat tell you that I said something, right? You didn't see nothing I said. You immediately invite me to your lower part. That's what you invited me to. I don't know what your fetish is with men, but I have the text message and the conversation that me and you had when you said you wanted to do an interview with me and you said you wanted to fly me out. And I heard a video of you telling another man, I'm going to fly you out like one of my chicks. So guess what I told you? I said, nah, I'm going to drive. I said, I'm a different type of cat. I like to drive. Remember I told you that? I'll come to you. Don't worry about it. But then after I start seeing more of the way you run your mouth like that, and I realized, I said, no, your male bravado is caught up in money. It's not caught up in masculinity. See, if you was masculine, you wouldn't be running around here starting fires with people. You speak when spoken to. Now, what I did was, and shout out to Corey Holcomb, I do not agree with Corey Holcomb putting his hands on a woman at all. But shout out to Corey Holcomb for at least being man enough that you put this out on the internet. He didn't come and look at my page and go, F you, Kwame, you doing this, you a sucker, you was on my, you know what? He didn't do that. Guess what? I gave a fair assessment of what I saw. And it's called an opinion, you so-called smart guy. I forgot, you said you was a C student. You may be more like an F student. You're gonna sue Corey Holcomb for doxing your daughter, right? Which all he did was put up the picture, which is bad. He put a picture up, never said the child's name or nothing. Guess what you did? My daughter's such and such right here, y'all. She's the #1 athlete over here. Yeah, this is my daughter. She's #1 over here. You said your child's name.
Now, this is the thing, right? After Kwame checked him, he tried to go onto this panel with these brothers, man, and think that he was going to be able to run his mouth and be this tough guy, man. But the brothers on the panel wasn't having it. These brothers let him know, man, like, let me tell you something, man. A dude like you, right? You say that you're one thing, but you only highlight the negativity of black culture. You never ever show where are all the black people that live like you, Antoine? Where are all the black people that's doing the things you do? How come you never show that? How come you never show black graduates? Oh, I forgot, most of them are liberals, so they're enemies to you. Like, how come you never show black decency? It shouldn't matter what they are. If they're living a decent life, productive life, exhibiting pro-social behavior in society, you should be highlighting them, right, Antoine? How come you don't ever highlight these black people, right? Because you're not living that way. Those people don't even want you around. So you try to go onto this platform and get at these black dudes, and they check you.
So I'm saying I'm trying to get off these blood pressure drugs because I know it's not doing me any good.
Corey called me and set the pace of what the agenda was going to be before I got there. What did I do to warrant a nigga saying to me that I kiss white men's ass?
Since you wanted to provoke that level of energy, you should have said it again since you wanted to match that energy. Going outside is not matching that energy. Saying it again is matching that energy. And that's what real men do.
You stood up to run.
Who said I stood up to run? Who said
I did. You, the one right next to you, you stood up to run.
Bro, let me say
you were
this.
escaping.
I'm going to say this.
Hey, they cooking his ass. I've just been watching this because I ain't seen this yet. So I'm like watching it with y'all niggas. But he cooking these niggas.
I don't believe that the overwhelming majority of that comment on it really would throw hands in real life.
I would. With you.
Listen. It's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks. I have never seen not one of you ever say
Stop
anything
talking tough,
to me. Hold on, wait. Let me say
let him rock. Let him rock.
you the guest. Y'all talking about me. So let me get my shit off because ain't nobody coming to hear about you. But first of all, let me say salute to the panel, salute to Philosophical. I know we had our differences in the past, but
yes, we did.
I respect.
And I'm gonna say this before we get started. My issue with you, bro, is not success. It's not the fact that you have subscribers. Get your money. My issue is you come off as someone who's trying to talk to black men, but at the same time, or talk to black people or respond to black culture, but at the same time you shit on black culture, but you still try to carry.
See, look, let me tell you something. I love this. If it's one thing that you cannot do to black people, everybody in the world, please understand this. If it's one thing that you cannot fucking do to black people, it's talk slick. That will get your ass whooped. And it's because we don't be on that shit. We cool. Hey, you cool, I'm cool. You honest about who you are with yourself. I'm honest about who I am with myself. We can chill. We can get money. We can smoke a blunt. We can get a bottle, whatever. But as soon as you start talking slick or trying to be funny in the other way, and then you rub niggas the wrong way, it's kind of over forever. Because you really just exposed yourself as a hoe ass nigga, and we really don't want to have nothing to do with that. Whoever you are, black, white, up, down, red, or white. Like, we probably are the most righteous people on the fucking planet. Let's just be real. Like, yeah, we do our dirt like everybody else, but I'm just saying, when it comes to the litmus test for what the fuck is real and what's not, and what's authentic and what's not, that's us. It is what the fuck it is. And this is why we check bullshit like this. Ain't no panel of niggas checking Myron some fucking word for the weak ass shit he say. It's a bunch of niggas around him kissing his ass. We don't do that shit around here. There is nobody bigger than the program around this bitch. That's why we don't have a leader in Black America these days. The leader is the fucking code.
Carry the aesthetic that you know that's going to attract the same demographic that you're really trying to reprimand. If that's how it come off to me. Like I heard, like when we was on the panel, the thing that stood out to me the most, beside this, because I reached out to you after that, but you never responded. So
I don't remember you reaching out to me after.
I did. I sent you an email and you never responded. And I said,
I get thousands of emails every.
I bet. I'm not putting you on the spot, but you responded to the first one, but you never responded to the second one because he was like, we could talk, we could work it out. And
That's a perfect example right there. Let me run that back just a little bit.
I said, but I want to have and I said,
I get thousands.
Because like I heard, like when we was on.
Now, dog says, look, I sent, we did it. I sent you an email. You didn't respond, right?
On the panel, the thing that stood out to me the most, beside this, because I reached out to you after that, but you never responded. So
I don't remember you reaching out to me after.
Okay, I don't remember reaching out to me. That's a okay, fair statement, right?
I did. I sent you an email and you never responded. And I said,
I get thousands of emails every.
I bet.
See, that's the first sideway comment. See, I'm not one of them niggas, but I always imagine if I was like DMX. I think DMX is the niggerest, like the nigga, like I gotta say nigger, the niggerest nigga on the planet, because if you say the wrong shit to DMX, he might slap the fuck out of you or give you a intense feeling that he may fuck you up in the very near future for talking slick. He was like that pretty much his whole life. That's his MO. Like, he is a nigga every single place, interview, everywhere he ever been. And that's what I think of when I think of niggas like, and DMX could have slapped the shit out that nigga for that next comment. Now that's that slick shit that will get you punched in your fucking face.
I'm not putting you on the spot, but
and you see my man's, he's being still trying to be respectful, so he just kind of backpedaled it a little bit because that's why we see that's how we end up fucking people up, because we give you several chances, at least in our head. You might not know that you done got a chance. Maybe that might be unfair. You have several chances, but after you fuck all of them shits up, it ain't even no number on the limited chances. Depending on the nigga you fucking with, you could get 1,000 chances. If it's DMX, you gonna get one, but you get your amount of chances, and then after that, it's up.
You responded to the first one, but you never responded to the second one. Because he was like, yo, we could talk, we could work it out. And I said, yo, but I want to have a conversation first. And I never got a response, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm saying this, when you get on these shows, the main thing that stood out to me that day when I called up on your show, you said, Malcolm X, bro. And nobody, and it wasn't even about, I was of course offended that you said that, but my issue is nobody else was. And I think that you saying stuff like that and people not responding and having no smoke, and all they could see is the fact that I cut this man off, but they had no smoke or no issues for you saying that, to me was bothering me. And to me, I'm seeing a trend of people just feeling like just on black people all together is something we need to do. Like, we can call out the bad elements without throwing out the baby with the bathroom.
And let me get this clear. I meant to say this shit a while ago too. This is a fucking world premiere announcement. Listen. And I said this earlier, I hinted on it, but I want to say it again. We done talked about street niggas. We done talked about baby daddies, baby mamas, child support, food stamps, assistance, Section 8, broke niggas, niggas don't want to work. We as a community have been dealing with that shit and taking care of that shit for the past 20, 30, 40 years. Now, we had the civil rights generation, they was on their shit or whatever. We ain't gonna go there. But this new Black American Renaissance, as the term is coined right now, we not playing none of that shit. So we've talked about that shit for years. Now we have to move on. We got to talk about the church. We got to talk about the frats. And we got to talk about the fucking politicians and the lawyers and the doctors. We got to talk about them. So let's move past that shit and get to the other part of the shit where all the money actually is in the Black community and what the fuck they doing with it. And when we start talking about them, they don't want to move that conversation. Them the people that start talking about, we should be fighting white supremacy. Nah, before we can fight white any fucking thing, we need to take care of the bullshit, the rest of the bullshit that's going on in this community. And y'all know who y'all are.
And see, let me tell you something, you dork. You might be able to run game on women. They might allow you to run game on them because you got some money. And, you know, a man always got a want and a woman always got a need. So you go behind Rita's back and, you know, and you paying to play. Because, see, I know your model old school. You ain't praying, you paying, right? In order for you to slay, you got to pay. That's for sure. That's for sure. In order for you to seduce and reduce, you got like, no. Let me stop. Let me stop. You definitely pay it for sure, right? So the women will let you infiltrate and let you get away because you got some money, but you're not running that game on no men. You're not gonna come out here and tell us that your hero is Jesus and you this hardcore radical right wing conservatives, but you really liberal. You live a whole liberal lifestyle. You online telling people every time you go out of town, you got about 5 bad, you know what with you. You always doing.
I ain't gonna lie. That joint look good. I think I'm about to see if I can catch it. Hold on.
Agenda was going to be before I got there. What did I do to warrant a nigga saying to me that I kiss white men's ass?
Since you wanted to provoke.
It's not the fact that you have subscribers. Get your money. My issue is, I sent you an email and you never responded. And I said,
I get thousands of emails every
I bet I'm not, but they had no smoke or no issues for you saying that, to me was bothering me. And to me, I'm seeing a trend of people just feeling like just on black people all together is something we need to do. Like, we can call out the bad elements without throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Could you say?
Maybe you don't agree with Malcolm X's message. Maybe he just don't agree. That's one of the biggest things I don't understand is that because I'm black, I can't critique black
problems or black.
Oh, so my man's on this tip. Okay, all right, he gonna get cut too. Let's see what's going on though, because if he talking about, yeah, all right,
issues that I might find as a problem, like what?
See, this the thing. The thing about criticizing really any black person at this point, especially publicly, and really only publicly. When black people criticize black people publicly, that shit becomes everybody's business. And it's not supposed to be everybody's business. Everybody's not supposed to have an opinion on it. So when niggas get on these type of panels and do this shit and say, oh yeah, well, Martin Luther King had hoes and all this other type of shit. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, number one? And number two, why are you providing that as ammo for other people to tear down our heroes or our past leaders or people in our lineage? Why the fuck would you even do that? What's the point of even bringing that up? So yeah, that's the problem with it. My man looked like, all right, anyway.
What's wrong with that? White people do it all the time. Asian people do it all the time.
No, but they don't do it on TV. They don't do it on the fucking news. They don't do it on blogs. They don't do it nowhere. We didn't even know that white men and white women had a problem until these podcasts came up for real and they started yapping about it. They wasn't talking about that shit. But the black people's issues and the black community issues have been on Front Street for the past fucking 70 years. When every other community got the same, if not worse issues, which is one of the greatest things that came out of delineations, that other black people that do bullshit have been pawning off their crime on us when we really just been trying to get our money and get the fuck back.
Can't you call out? You should be more qualified.
At the same time, you want to smack them down. It's like, I think you're sending mixed messages, and I feel like somebody that has your influence can do better than that. But that's my opinion, and that's what I want to talk about today. But the floor is yours. You can respond.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say respect to the platform, and the reason that I'm coming up here is because I support all creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not, right? So I could disagree with you, but it doesn't mean that I don't want you to win, right? So let me start there by saying respect to the platform, and that's why I'm here. The second thing is, to answer you directly, I do think that you need to throw the culture away, because what I define as the culture, because I think it's a difference between black people and black culture, right?
Now, y'all know me, I'm not a fucking historian, I'm not a blackologist or none of that shit, but just from my opinion, you know what black culture is? Black culture is being able to smile in any situation. Black culture is being able to be happy having everything or happy having nothing. Black culture is striving to know more, striving to make more, invention, ingenuity, intelligence. Black culture is family. Black culture is food. Black culture is music, positive and negative. Black culture is dancing. Black culture is truth. Black culture is justice. That's black culture to me. So when a motherfucker come around talking about, oh, black culture is shaking ass and WAP and all this shit, those are the people who learn about black culture from TV, who have never experienced it. I was a part of the generation who had picnics and cookouts and we played outside and all of that shit. And guess what? Kids still play outside now. I still go through the hood and see kids playing basketball on the streets and all of that. That's our fucking culture. So when you come around talking about culture is drug dealing and all that, that just shows that you're pinpointing on the negative aspects and attributing that to the culture as a whole or to the people as a whole, which is unfair. Because if you're gonna highlight the negatives, you need to highlight the positives just as much, or that shows your bias.
What we push as black culture is the things that we celebrate the most. And definitively, most of the time, that is the worst things for us. We pedestalize, we celebrate it, we don't want to call it out, but then when somebody finally says something about it, then they become the big bad wolf. And so I don't celebrate the majority of what we as a culture like to champion is best for us. It has destroyed our households. It has destroyed our communities.
Bro, this is This is old rhetoric, though. That's the fucking problem. This is like old talking points from 100 years ago. Like, we're actually, if you look at the numbers, things are getting better and have been. Like, it's a ton of people starting their own businesses and raising their families off of that. Unfortunately, that's the way that we got to get ahead out here because corporate America not fucking with us, but that's a whole nother bag of worms.
And it's 10 times worse than it's ever been at any point in history. So I stand on that. I haven't changed up on that at all. I think
I agree with that too.
I believe that it needs to be
I don't agree with that. I think right now we are in one of the best places we've ever been for Black people. Regardless of the bullshit, we're actually not the target and focus of anything right now, good or bad, which is like ground zero, which is better, I think. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fucked up shit, but I don't know. We've been making a lot of moves. I see a lot of success. I see more successes than I do failure.
Completely different culture, right? We celebrate jail culture, and then we down people that actually go to school every day, and we call them lames.
See, that's a lame nigga saying that. Nobody called niggas that went to school every day lames. We call lames lames. That's what you don't understand. We don't call niggas lame because they want to be smart or because they want to get this or they read books or they fucking watch anime or they fucking computer nerds or whatever. We don't call them lames because of that. We call them lames because you a weak ass nigga. We call you lames because you don't got no character because you don't stand on who the fuck you are. That's lame as fuck. You change depending on who the fuck you are. You get a couple dollars and want to be more than what you are and start talking down to niggas and talking about we ain't shit as a culture. Nigga, that's lame ass nigga behavior. You sound like a fucking lame right now. So no, we didn't call you lame because you was smart, nigga. We called you lame because you was a weak ass nigga.
Exactly, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I fit into that category.
Yes, you was a fucking lame too. I ain't want to say it. Yes, you do fit into that category, nigga. You was a fucking lame too, and you mad about it. You know what I'm saying? You just as bad as the Africans that went to school and got called African booty scratchers. Like, nigga, we talk about everybody. They called me short and black forever, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. I'm not walking around now like, oh, I'm too dark skinned and I used to. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So, nigga, get over it. That's what the fuck we talking about. I'm glad I'm on this nigga channel, bro. You are one of them niggas. You a lame right now.
Because of the decisions that I made in my life or the path that I chose, people will look at me more like, hey, he might be corny, he might be lame because he, talks a certain
corny, lame. I mean, nigga, that's a personality trait, nigga. That's not a product of your success, nigga.
And where he acts a certain way. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a project called Westlake Apartments, and I never resonated with
Westlake Apartments. Where the fuck is that at? Let me look that up. Hold on. I know here in New York though. Where is that at? I mean, it's gonna look up places in Michigan. That's not fair.
Hood type culture, like selling dope outside on the corner, trying to rob, trying to hit a lick, all this type of stuff. I never resonated with that, and it's not a social media thing.
See, that's the thing though. That's not hood culture. See, that's how you know if niggas ever been to the hood or been in the hood. That is an aspect of hood culture. The streets is a aspect of hood culture. That's why you have hood niggas and street niggas, because it's two different fucking things.
Look in your own backyard and see what your city, your hoods in your city, what do they look like? And then you can make that decision.
But Anton,
we push the worst things for ourselves, but then
no, the media pushes the worst thing for ourselves. We're not responsible. Let me tell you something. Damn, this is good. Dog, do you know that most of the rap it's more white people that support rap than black people. When you go to these fucking concerts, it's a bunch of white kids. Who owns the TV stations? Who owns the radio stations? Who decides what good songs get put out and what songs don't ever fucking make it? Not us, nigga. That's the fucking reason.
At the same time, you know how many people wanted to see me lose at Corey's platform? You know how many people wanted to see me lose?
Well, why, Anton? Why they want to see you lose?
Because I represent something that they are not used to seeing winning.
But that's not true, Anton. That's not why everybody wants. That's maybe why some of them do it, but everybody didn't want to see you lose because of that, bro.
That's why most people do. If I was up here talking about some of the worst stuff ever, like we always do in our culture, I would be cool.
Anton, this is why
but because I stand 10 toes down
you
on
know
what
what culture is.
This is why I'm disagree with you, Anton, because I go through the same thing. I go through the same thing. Everybody in this space, I just got into it with Fatty because he was saying, you need to leave this space because you want to be righteous and all that. Because I be on panels talking about real shit. I be having interviews talking about stuff that's not messy. And I don't get that support when I do that. So I don't do that.
Well,
I literally was laughed at by people in this space.
Yourself better. You need to learn how to market yourself better. That has nothing to do with.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm not even talking about, bro. I ain't even talking about numbers. I'm just talking about people rather see arguments than information. Now, if you want to say, hey, it's a better way to prevent your information, I'm always open to a suggestion. But what I'm saying is I've been on panels with just all men, bro, and they laughed at me because I said things like, they said, what's your solution, Illa? I said, I think the children is the solution. I think the children is a viable solution because we can't fix old dogs, but we can re-engineer. And
I agree with that.
But it's the thing. This space laughed at me. I was on panels with dudes and I was bringing out.
Maybe he might be in the wrong space. You ain't preaching nothing wrong if you saying that. I say the exact same thing. You might have to got one over his head when Anton said that.
Books about history, about culture,
the
and
difference
niggas
between
really
you and me is I don't give a fuck about what people think about me.
No, I'm just giving you an example of how the right that I don't give a fuck.
That's that shit. What are you even saying?
Why I do what I do. But
no,
I'm just giving you an example of that right that you have. I have that right as well. But that doesn't excuse, that doesn't mean I'm not going to still speak to these people with love. Like, there's still some love and empathy in me trying to relate to people because everybody is not what we see on the computer. Everybody's not what we see on the street. These people still got children, aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews. So I don't want to speak the message that just, go ahead.
Hold on, I just want to say this real philosophical. You cannot try and put that on Anton Daniels as a social media influencer to say that he needs to talk to people with love. Look for that with your father, your mother.
See, and that's the problem. How else are you supposed to speak to your community if it's not rooted in love? You could tell a motherfucker, hey, pull your pants up, young nigga. Or you say, hey, man, you need to present yourself better while you out here. You know, you want to look good. You want to dress for success. So, straighten up a little bit. That's speaking with love. And that's necessary because if you come off the wrong way, it is true. It is true. It is very true. It is about your delivery. Even I used to argue in the Kevin Samuels area, sometimes the delivery just should not matter. Actually, none of the times the delivery should matter. If you're real with yourself, the delivery should never matter. It's the point. But when it comes to a person who's in the pursuit of reaching somebody, you have to be able to be compassionate because and able to help somebody, you got to care about somebody. You can't want to help somebody and then talk callously to them and say, oh, I don't give a fuck what you think. You ain't shit. You need to fix yourself. That's not how you help people. And if you really had love in your heart, you wouldn't approach people like that. So to have no love in your heart, but to still claim that you want to help people is honestly in the least bit disingenuous.
Your brother, your sister, look for that type of love, that empathy love from them. Because guess what?
Guess what? You should have looked for that love when you should have not been looking for that love outside when you was in school getting called a lame and being mad about that shit. Since you want to preach that shit now. I'm talking to your ass. Nigga, you shouldn't have been heartbroken because niggas didn't want to fuck with you or you didn't fit in with the hood culture, nigga. You should have looked for that love inside your house and not mad at the whole fucking black community since you can understand that now.
Is going to punish you. And maybe Anton Daniels' form of communication to the public might be a little harsh sometimes. It might not always be coddled and make me feel special and so on.
No, it's not about that. It's a line. It's a difference between a nigga that don't give a fuck saying what he want to say and a nigga that's got low key hate in his heart for you when he's saying it. And that we can tell the difference. Us black people, we can tell the difference.
So forth. Sometimes you gotta throw that out. You might need his approach in your life because you don't have that in your life. So to try and put that type of a standard on the content creator, somebody who don't
to the culture, and they're degenerate. But we're the only culture that we have to support it all just because I'm black. No, I don't.
No, I don't think we need to support all the bullshit. But we still have to give freedom.
But let me just say this. I think that what you said, as far as ruling in love, I don't believe in that. I believe that sometimes you have to completely go in to destroy all of it. And I don't feel as though I have to make it right.
Let me tell you something. If black culture was destroyed totally, then this whole world would officially go to shit. Let's be real. We're the anchor to the soul of this planet.
With people that have lived their whole lives to be destroyers. Some people are not good people for people, and I believe that I can destroy it all. I think when I go into a place, I'm not looking to be friends with these niggas. I don't need to have a conversation with everybody to make it cool. And let me be very clear. When me and Corey, because a lot of people say I came in with an agenda.
I thought you did.
Corey called me and set the pace of what the agenda was going to be before I got there.
Before Anton expounds upon that, I think it's beneficial to be a well-rounded person. If you're gonna live in America, as you can say, a black
LA, and so you think that I'm supposed to be the B side. I'm supposed to be the one that's gonna lose.
Yeah, you're the away team.
I wasn't prepared to lose.
And prior to you coming on the show, I kind of alluded to that. Because quite frankly, like I told the brothers here, y'all both won because y'all basically have us talking about it. And the internet space, that is exactly what it's designed for, is to have people talk. Whether they're talking negative or positive does not matter. The point is, we're sitting here talking.
See, but honestly, that's the difference between what we do as Black Americans in this space and what everybody else does. Everybody else feed into that. Oh, let's say whatever the fuck we could say to get people going and to get interested and to get the clicks so we can make the money. Like, we don't sell our souls like that. That's selling your soul. Exchanging your integrity and doing something or saying something that you know you don't believe or that's not true in your heart is selling your soul. And that's our fucking problems right now as Black people. We don't sell our soul, nigga.
About it. So I commend y'all both on that. But
I'll say this, let me listen to what Sean's gonna say first.
To my point that I made prior to that, neither one of y'all was sitting there y'all both were doing the same thing. When you pointed out the fact that
I met his energy, bro. I never got disrespectful. Until I got disrespectful.
Hey, you ain't being honest. You came in, Anton, you came in being condescending, bro.
What did I say? Wait. What did I say that was condescending?
You came in to lose to his chat. You came in to lose to how tough his chat was, and that they not tough.
That has nothing to do with disrespecting Corey Holcomb. If you're right there and you're reading the chat and they talking trash, that's literally just speaking on what he's seeing right there in real time. And even Corey agrees.
See, when you talk tough around niggas that's tough, a tough nigga gonna say, hey, you ain't tough, nigga. That's y'all don't understand the rules around this bitch.
Agreed to it, and Darlene agreed to the same thing.
Yeah, because the whole chat, if you go back and watch the live, the whole chat was saying, oh, he gay.
But you just said you don't care what people say. You just said you don't care what people think, bro.
You can't say that I was coming in and being disrespectful because I talked to the chat.
I said condescending. That's what I said.
Yeah, but again, bro, this is the content creator part of it, bro. Again,
fantastic.
You can't say all fantastic. Let me say this.
I do every single
what
day
is that?
on every single live stream, on my own live streams, is I talk to the chat. I talk to my own chat every single day. That is not new.
Let's get off the chat. Let's get off the chat.
I want to know.
One at a time, y'all. Anton here, so let's let him talk.
The first thing that Anton said was he was on time.
Disrespectful to him.
How's that disrespectful?
Prior to being told, prior to being told that I kiss white men.
Not disrespectful. It was condescending. The on-time statement, the very first statement that Anton made was
I got invited to a show.
And he was late.
Wait. I got invited to a show. I flew 4.5 hours from Detroit.
So what?
Wait, give me a second.
That's crazy for Picasso to even say so what when there is certain guidelines that you need to follow in business.
Shit happens, nigga. Who the fuck are you? See? Who the fuck are you? So what, nigga? He gonna be there when he get there. If you don't want to get on, then fucking leave. So what, you got an attitude now? So you're gonna start off with an attitude, nigga, because he was late? That's that bitch ass nigga shit.
It's like, what are we talking about?
Okay, you're right.
4 hours from Detroit. I'm there on time. Gotta wait more than a half hour for you to even arrive. That's disrespectful in itself.
Yeah, on business, man, and everything. That's what I'm saying. How you gonna say whatever?
You could discuss that off camera, though. You could discuss that before the show started, bro. You could discuss that before the show started. If it's that big of a deal, bro, you could discuss that before the camera get rolling.
In fairness, hold on.
True. We don't sit back making little comments during the show like a hoe. And then this is how you get called. See, like I said, bro, watch what you say to niggas because we're not dumb. We just don't trip. Like when people say black people is overreactive and they react emotionally, nigga, that's because we let shit slide all fucking day. All day, everywhere. Every fucking where we go, we gotta let shit slide all fucking day. Because people are constantly saying and doing little slick shit that they really should get the shit slapped out of them for. But we just don't even do shit. We just chill, hey, whatever. We gonna keep it moving. We don't want to deal with the police, whatever. But for the motherfuckers who don't care, this is how you get fucked up in public.
Hold on,
hey, when Illa talking, man, y'all gotta shut the hell up. When Illa talking, y'all gotta shut the fuck up, bro.
All right,
fellas.
Why do you think that he was complaining about the conversation that I had with Darlene for a long time before he even got there? You know why I was able to do that? Is because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was late.
The reason why I was able to have so much conversation and get toured on the whole facility and find out who owned it and learn all about what it is that's going on and see how his production team worked and kick it with Darlene and get every single piece of information is because he wasn't there. That's not my fault. That's the you fault.
So what are you trying to expose by doing that?
No, I said, what did I do that was disrespectful prior to being told?
Before we got to the disrespectful part, we asked about the condescending. The first thing that they said was the chat. But hold on, Anton. The condescending thing you did, the very first thing you said was condescending, which was I was on time. Which was something you could have discussed afterwards. But you came there with the identity that you were gonna win something.
That's unfair.
Listen. So as grown men, he can't have a little add that to the conversation or whatnot. Man, I see in the workplace all the
that's called moving the goalpost, because if you come in there with an agenda or you're not coming in there with an agenda. Was you coming in there to battle the nigga, or was you not coming there to battle with a nigga? Was you coming to have a conversation, or was you not? Don't make no excuse for it. And if you had got in your feelings, just say, all right, I got in my feelings and I was talking kind of slick. My bad. That's all it kind of takes around this motherfucker.
The time people start meetings off, if you late, they gonna call you out. They gonna say something about you. Talking about these are two grown adults, two fully functional.
No. When I'm sitting at an interview for a job or I got a meeting with somebody and they wait too long, I just go home. I don't have the meeting and then be, well, you're lucky I'm still here. You know, you were 30 minutes late. Geez, we do have things to do. My time is very valuable. Motherfucker, you should have left in. Shut the fuck up. Are you here now? This is the difference between other motherfuckers sometimes.
And high profile individuals, and you telling me that one can't say that to
I said, why? I said, what is that? I said, I don't record no phone calls. I said, you ain't never seen me drop no receipts on nobody phone calls. He said, because, I want to set the stage of how things is going to go. First thing he started to do is he started to talk about all of the niggas that he didn't like. I'm not going to say that out loud because that ain't got nothing to do.
That ain't important.
The second thing that he said was what he wanted the show to be like. He knew it was going to be volatile. He knew it was going to be problems. He didn't want me to agree with him. And he wanted it to actually be some real fireworks in there.
I think that right there closes the door for a lot of people's arguments who had the question of, was it staged? Of course it wasn't staged, but the fact that Corey actually asked Anton to make it spicy, to add a little bit more flair and fire to it, what you expect Anton to do? Hold back no punches.
See, but on a just a real nigga scale, even if I told you, hey bro, all right, we about to do this show, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, go crazy. We can talk crazy to each other. And let's just say one of my parents passed, like say my dad passed. My dad really did pass, right? So we on the show and you say, yeah, nigga, that's why your daddy did, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He probably died from the shock of having a fucking son that didn't do shit like you. And I blew this nigga in his face. It's kind of 50-50 because, nigga, you knew what the fuck you was saying and you know what the fuck that shit means. And for you to say that regardless of whether I said go crazy or not, that was personal, nigga. So once you start crossing certain lines, nigga, just like Anton did, was saying, oh, well, you kissed the white man's ass. Like, wait, whoa, what? All right. And so then it's no limits. So then the nigga take it to where it take it. There's certain lines you don't cross with a nigga. And when you realize you cross some lines, you really need to step it back or you're going to double down and deal with the consequences.
Right, if he's going to come in there, if Corey's going to stop. Hold on. Are you saying?
Hold on.
Okay. If you set the stage for how you want it to go, it's your show, it's your studio, it's your production team. You say you want me to be there. I got the text messages from Phil of exactly the time that I had to be there. I'm sitting there waiting, all of this stuff. Why are y'all making so many excuses for a grown man not being able to meet the expectation?
Exactly. Let me ask this question. Oh, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question.
Monster, let me jump in real quick. I'm gonna say this. Good at. Because I don't want to be petty. Because
somebody said this one Anton good at, but it's crazy.
We can get to the meat of the shit. If that's the case, out of fairness, I'm not. Nobody can say I'm unfair. We already know our history is well documented. If Corey was late and he told you that on the phone, you just saying I was on time is minor. In my opinion, in that instance, that's all. We should just move on. That's what happened behind the scenes, and all you said was you was late. I think that's like it's null and void at that point.
Wow, Philosophical actually is agreeing with Anton Daniels. They had a
real question.
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel?
See, y'all only talk about how I responded. What did I do to warrant a nigga saying to me that I kiss white men's ass?
Well, you kept avoiding the question. Hold on, let me make this statement.
Go ahead, Boss.
I got a statement to make because I gotta run in a little bit. But when I first got on, I specifically said you can't police someone's response to disrespect. I said that. So whatever someone says or does that triggers you in a way that's disrespectful, they don't have a right to determine how you respond to their disrespect. But
I agree.
But what I wanted to say, though, my question for you, Anton, is this. You spoke about how certain aspects of Black culture is toxic, how it needs to die, and I understand
the majority of what it is yes.
For sure. And you don't really care about, what people think, so on and so forth. However, I must say, do you think the display that you both had is a good image and positive?
Absolutely.
And
100%.
beneficial to the image of Black men based on what's already said about the levels of ignorance or toxicity that people say we display? Wouldn't that be a part of the negative elements of Black culture that you are against?
No, absolutely not.
Could you explain?
It's because I believe that people need to understand that intellect and the nerd, because I champion myself as being a nerd, that it's cooler to be the nerd than it is to be the guy that he is.
Okay.
I think it was a healthy back and forth. Don't get me wrong. Was it chaotic on camera or whatnot? Yes, but it never went to actually fighting. The thing about it is we're going,
and it shows that the leaders and the people that we follow is trash. And so I don't give a fuck about what other people think about me. As far as like outsiders, what people will say is the image of Black people. The only thing I care about is how am I affecting other people as far as changing the narrative of what we should be and how we should be as far as what we champion is the best thing for the culture. Yeah. That's the only thing I care about. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks.
So do you think that was a good display? Do you think that was
he's still stuck on the nerd concept? Is the nerd
two Black men mandingo fighting, using profanity against each other, cursing each other out? You know, do you think that was a good display of what Black masculinity should be, as opposed to, because to me it seemed like that's the same thing. That's already. Hold on, let me finish. Let me just. But what was intellectual about that? Because to me, the display was very similar to what we see on Zeus Network or any other Black media-based show, in terms of the dialogue being toxic, disrespectful to one another. Because my position is that you both took L's in that regard. You know, I understand you had an agenda, he had an agenda, but to me, it just wasn't a good look. I understand you don't care, but not caring still doesn't speak to the fact of what needs to change in Black culture as far as the nonsense and the toxicity. And I think that was a further display of that.
I think you need to go back and study the tape.
But even more importantly,
what I took from it is it was intellectual until it wasn't. It was a
I'm talking about this nation, the U.S.
No pose, no nothing.
So Darlene can have something to do after the show that should be proud of.
Oh, brother. Too old. That man don't want this.
Well, I know.
Your chat think they tough.
Who are you in the story? Where does it begin?
You think you tough?
I noticed.
They think they tough?
They think they tough.
Yeah. They be out there.
They not that tough.
Uh-oh.
We seen
you charging them up.
We seen,
here we go.
Seen worse. You know, I don't pay attention to niggas that don't got no profile picture.
Yes.
You know, I always
I promise to God, bro.
And they scared to step forth.
I don't pay attention. I think them type of jerk off in their socks.
Yeah.
Well, now they've gotten so savvy where they can actually put a picture, but you open it up and it's like, oh, no post, no nothing. It's like, okay.
We don't take that serious.
Exactly. Keyboard cowards is what I call them.
Somebody said, what Craig had, he on time out. Craig had a show, folks.
That's right.
Craig going out here doing his thing.
Papa Craig.
But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but
we're gonna try.
There's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show
we
about.
We gotta get there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
All right, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking about this nation, the U.S.
That's the part of the game.
When you say the part of the game, I don't understand.
Everybody done been conquered. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see what the problem is.
Slave man, what's nothing wrong with slavery?
Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't
like what? Give me an example.
Like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
The transatlantic slave trade.
You smart man.
Right. I studied it. I know all about it.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African-American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped.
You damn right.
My people
They
were
were sold by
robbed.
Africans.
They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You said all the people were?
All right, see, now I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I even ever watched this thing all the way. But what I'm gonna give you is my signs of when the weak talk come in. We were sold by Africans. That's a coon talking point / white talking point / everybody talking point. We were sold by Africans. What the fuck does that have to do with the niggas that bought us, came over here, whipped us, chained us, raped us, beat us, murdered us, let us free, then murdered us some more, poisoned us, fucked us up? What the fuck does that have to do with any of that? So when a nigga say that you get that look right here. Oh, you one of them niggas.
Were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Hell yes.
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
they just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so you're saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Now see this nigga he not from us, bro, because racism is not in all of us. And at the very least, racism is not us. And how do we know that racism is not in us? Because we let everybody do everything with us. We don't say motherfuckers can't rap. We don't say motherfuckers can't do our dances, our hairstyles, use our fucking language, wear our fucking clothes, try to make music like us. We don't say niggas can't do none of that. We let everybody do their motherfucking thing. So how the fuck are we racist? We just mind our fucking business.
Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No, hold on. Let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first...
No. See, I'm sorry. Real black people know that that's not true. We love each other to a fucking fault. And let me give you the perfect example. Kanye. Kanye is the perfect example of the black community's love for one another. Kanye constantly fucks up. He don't get it right. But for some reason, niggas just believe that this nigga means well. Out of all the bullshit this nigga ever done said, we still kind of believe that this nigga means well. And we kind of hold on to that shit. So this nigga is speaking from a place of hurt. That's where a lot of this shit comes from.
Slavers in the United States of America was black people.
Stop the cap.
That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is...
Was slavery in the United States before?
Slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, then this is the problem that I have. What you want?
What do you
mean? Who are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to? What you niggas want? Who are you? Look at my man face, like, nigga, who the fuck? Yeah, nigga, who the fuck are you talking to? What do you niggas want? Nigga, we want what we earn, what we deserve. Nigga, we want what we owe. Nigga, cut the fucking check.
I mean, when you say what you need.
What do y'all want? Like, because y'all complaining about it over and over again. And I'm trying to understand, what is it that y'all looking for? What is going to help y'all?
A whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions.
This is really when he started going off on a tangent. You know, what do you niggas want? And see, she know. She like, nigga, I don't think you understand what you kind of just brought up.
Oriented. And I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
You gonna learn today.
But I'm tired of complaining about shit that they have never been through. Like, you've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't understand. What are you saying? Like,
because most of the that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new. All of these internet right here, these is new.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes.
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
Definitively.
Come on, man.
Definitively. You have a greater chance of being.
And see, honestly, with these type of niggas, after a minute, it's not oh, I'm trying to convince you one way or the other. Nah, it's you just a bitch ass nigga. And this is all I feel from this. And honestly, I did not watch this all the way through. I was kind of I was a little iffy on if I was going to actually see him say some hoe ass shit. But he said several things that after this, who are you, nigga? Whose side are you on?
Killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Hell no.
But do you
That's
understand,
a fact.
Do you understand that it's made like that on purpose?
It's the system. The system against us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in.
Who was my people?
What?
There you go.
Black people. Do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am.
See, that's that I don't see race bullshit.
My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first.
Praise be the white God and his son, white Jesus.
And shout out to bro. What's my man's name? Ghetto Talk. Yeah, you get a follow because you ain't said shit yet, and you just been letting the video play.
I don't claim none of that other shit. You not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change.
The lie detector test determined that was a motherfucking lie. That is exactly what they do.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people. So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black? Okay. And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Well, I'm black now.
Okay, well, trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks. But I am from Chicago.
And I'm from Detroit.
It was Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you.
You're gonna learn today.
Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
we was taught everything that you know on this earth, it was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
You say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
Wow.
I studied you.
This is why
I'm racist. I don't know a lot of racism in me.
Absolutely.
But maybe you can show me something I don't know.
We're gonna get there.
I wanted you guys to start the show off in your own
No. When Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't.
And let's be honest, like, this doesn't even sound like a let's just be salacious for the sake of being salacious. He's saying how the fuck he really feels about this shit.
See eye to eye on a lot of things, but I believe we can have a conversation like men. It's like a lot of stuff he's saying right now, I disagree with so much. But
both of us.
I'm going to try to make a point because I have the hopes. I have the hopes in reaching him in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't guaranteed.
Now, this is important because You see, Corey said, I want to reach him. Anton said, I want to beat him and show you that I'm better than these type of niggas, which is crazy.
I'm not.
And I
blind
have the hopes that I'm gonna get y'all off of the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the Democratic plantation.
Everything that you speak of, it's a reflection of the same thing that they speak of. So you may.
And when somebody calls black people Democrats, that almost totally means that they're Republicans, because us as black people, honestly, we don't identify as Democrats. That's the old niggas that do that. But in the past 20 years, no, we don't identify as Democrats. We identify as who the fuck talking about something.
You may not claim it, but you're a reflection of it.
Well, if I reflect something that is this Democratic plantation, I tell you what, I really don't study a Democratic plantation. I try to study being a stand-up human being where when I look in the mirror, I don't see a slick mother. Right. That's who I am.
I'm with it.
I don't like slick mother.
That's the thing we agreed on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got there. But I get labeled all the time. I was talking to a young lady on the phone.
Nah, let me be honest. Corey was extremely positive in the beginning of this interview. I mean, he was really, really trying to have a conversation.
On the other day, and she said, I know you hate the what's the lady who calls herself a doctor? I'm blanking right now.
Oh my God.
Dr. Bryant. And I'm like, I don't hate nobody. Where do you get hate from? And then I was on the internet. Every once in a while, I look at the pages that use my likeness and image and everything. And I listened to some of the stuff they said, and I was called bitter, and I don't know how to get money. But anyway, coincidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you say, and so I'm like, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
and it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am. You need a mic, ma'am. You can ask on the mic. God damn it.
Anton, just a clarifying question. What about, are you comparing racism with prejudice? Is it, do you think black people can truly be racist, or are we just prejudiced?
No, I think that there's a lot of people that hate white people, like straight up hate white people. And it's very unfortunate because.
No. See, I think I can speak for all black people when I say this. We do not hate white people. The problem is, in history and historically, all of our biggest setups, failures, setbacks, issues have all been attributed to them. All of the people that run this country are white. All the people that make the laws are white. The people that enslaved us was white. The people that to this day are still barring us from entry to certain things are white. The people that let immigrants into this country and then empowered them over us are white. So no, we don't hate white people. We hate the people that fucked us over. It just happened to be that they're all white.
They're not even the ones that's winning over here.
Wait a minute. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Right, but isn't true racism a system that controls access to,
Well, that's the argument, right? The argument is
we can't make sure white people don't get access to certain schools and programs and things like that.
The main way that they
need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite honest.
That's right.
That's what I was going to say. That's the argument that black people make, is that you can't be racist if you can't actually have an impact on another group of people. So it's supposedly systemic. It's false.
Really?
I just seen a guy that used to be the president of the United States of America that wanted to becoming the president of the United States of America for the second time almost get everything taken away from me.
He not even black, bro. Come on now. This is who you use?
Literally. And he was basically being taken down by black people. Kamala Harris, Letitia James, who was the, in New York, Fawny Willis, down in Georgia.
All of them were pieces of shit and didn't do shit for black people. What the fuck are you talking about?
Those are black women, specifically that met with Kamala Harris months before they actually started this campaign during the Biden administration. And it's so funny to me because then I have to ask myself the question, well, listen, if this is a construct and if it's all about white people and all of the energy is going towards a person that black people with before he actually ran for president of the United States of America, but we champion Barack Obama.
Not me.
If you're over 40 and still using ChatGPT like Google, watch this. It's 2026.
No. You know, it's funny. It's funny. You gotta be careful when them niggas that say y'all, you gotta be careful when they switch back to when they say we, because that really shows where they was coming from.
Not me. No. Take yourself out of it. We talking about the culture. It may not necessarily be you individually, but we as a culture with him.
Who?
Barack Obama and his wife. We with him.
No.
As a culture, we champion him. We absolutely do. And he didn't give y'all shit except for gay marriage.
He ain't lying.
You know I know that. That's why.
No. See, we were fooled by this nigga. But as soon as we peeped what the fuck was going on, where's this nigga now? He can't even pop his head out and speak because we jumping down this motherfucking neck like, nigga, nah, shut the fuck up. Nigga, I ain't never seen nobody talk as disrespectful to Barack Obama online as they do now because we peeped this nigga was on some bullshit and fuck the rest of them.
Well, I ain't arguing with you on this point.
Absolutely I vote.
Are you independent? What do you?
I'm a Republican.
You didn't know that?
I'm a straight up, up and down.
When niggas call niggas Democrats, they usually be Republicans.
I'm Republican. And matter of fact, people need to really understand their history because Republicans were the party of black people. It's the original party of black people. They were the party that actually freed the slaves. Lincoln was a straight up Republican. When you're talking about the emancipation, when you're talking about 1865, when you're talking about what we stood for as conservative means that we're Christians. It means that we don't f with that gay shit. I'm telling you what it stands for.
You don't f with the backdoor shit?
I don't.
I don't either.
That's what it said. What it means to be a Republican is this, because a lot of people like to say,
because this is backdoor your Republicans.
And we were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents that we vote Democrat no matter what, right? Regardless of what they stand for, regardless of the agendas that they push, regardless of how much nonsense that we see in our community.
No, that was like 2-3 generations ago. We don't do that shit. We stopped doing that shit pretty much after Obama. And you see them niggas ain't won pretty much since.
Regardless of how many people, how many Democrats actually destroyed our cities from Chicago to Detroit, all across the board. Mm-hmm. We were taught to vote that no matter what. You vote Democrat no matter what.
I agree.
But this is the difference between the parties on a very fundamental level, not complicated at all.
Really? You finna say it's a difference between the parties?
This is the difference.
I can't wait to hear this.
No. You may say that it's the same type of public politicians that take advantage of the taxpayers and take advantage of the people. The difference in the parties historically is Republicans want less government so you can do what the you want to do. And Democrats want more control, so they want to control what your money is, where your tax dollars go, and what you can do with your money.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this.
That's the fundamental difference.
I'm going to tell you this. And you don't have to believe me, but I'm just telling you.
I'm listening.
The people in charge are not Democrats or Republicans.
I understand
Kamala Harris is allowed to do whatever she's done.
We get that.
This new president, he's allowed to do whatever he is willing to do or they allow him to do.
Facts.
Everything is allowed. There are people in charge of this nation that flat out run shit. And if ain't nobody got the power to uproot them, then we're going to keep having people paying a whole bunch of money for houses and a fire hydrant don't work in front of it, but they'll charge you for the fire hydrant in front of your house.
But we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate in the local elections.
But you understand voting don't work, right?
It does work.
Abortion?
How?
It does, but you just missed it.
I heard everything you said. I can't wait till you tell me how voting makes a difference in this country.
We have a less than 20% voter turnout rate.
All you gotta do is say electoral college, and all that voting shit goes out the fucking window. For you to make an argument about voting being real is probably about the dumbest argument. And for you to say that there's a difference between the parties, even as far as we concerned, there is no fucking difference. They equally don't give a fuck about us.
And local,
ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more. We got to go.
You're missing it.
You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Voting is for suckers.
It's not. People that don't vote are ignorant as.
Well, I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no
people
sucker
that
shit.
don't vote. And
I'm gonna show up and vote like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant.
We had Republican presidents. We had Democratic presidents.
You're not even
we in the same joint.
I'm talking about locally. You talking about national.
I don't give.
It matters.
Local.
It matters.
If you vote,
absolutely matters.
That means you in line.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your ancestors
it's so funny to
didn't do it like this. Because people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's
war. All sucker shit
it's
going on.
It's a war every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
we
here.
need physical wars.
It's not.
Until motherfuckers ready to jump it off,
it's not.
We gonna always be talking. See, real gladiators don't talk.
No, fuck a talk.
Real gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who are you under control by?
It ain't. You under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know who.
Why do you think that ICE agent was able to shoot that woman?
I want to know who the. Hold on. Let's be real. That woman.
Well, that's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
I'm on the streets. I've been pulled over by the police.
Who ain't on the streets?
Or the ICE agents or whatever.
You in LA. I'm in Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my people. So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't hear that shit.
That's what should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
Out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth. We know, I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
You're goddamn right.
I mean, Eli would tell you I have a huge forehead or a neck, and that's kind of his go-to joke. He uses the same joke for 5.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this. The majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
Hell
no!
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got
people all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me? Because I
talk
don't
about
know.
liberal
I hear
white
you
women
talking about
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there. Because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them.
We got a point.
And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of it?
equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
You
taking
don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity, that you just
see. Now, I mean, honestly, this went off the rails a little bit ago. I should have pinpointed it then. But once he said, well, yeah, you haven't said nothing about white people. I think is when he said that, or if I say all black people are stupid. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And honestly, it was a small straw. But in reality, like I said, black people will let shit slide. He pretty much let him say all this bullshit. And that thing set him off. So it went downhill.
Just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you said something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it, and that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now.
It's about to go down.
You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
see,
homie, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't suck dick.
Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You're doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You
Bullshit. I'll bet you can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
Let's switch seats. Let's switch seats. I'm with it. Homie, I don't do no.
All right, man. I knew this was gonna go left, man. When I first seen that Anton was gonna be on the live, I was like, okay, how this gonna go? I really thought that by Corey inviting him onto the show, that I thought it was just gonna be a regular show. Just put it like that. Now, it was a lot said. These guys could have been on here for hours talking about, these different subjects or whatnot. Anton, he said a lot of things as far as black people being the most racist people. He didn't want to answer the question as far as Corey asking him, what have white people done to destroy this country? And it seemed like Anton got a little bothered with that because he ain't had no answer for it. Or he ain't want to talk about his boss, which he said he didn't have a boss, but you got their money. They can cut your money off at any time. He don't want to be seen saying anything about these people because these people can touch him in ways where it's going to affect his money and how he get his money or whatnot. If you can't see that it's something wrong with how black people are treated and what black people has been through, then you got to be one blind, deaf individual. He called Corey racist. Again, he said that black people is the most racist people on the earth or whatnot. How could a black person be racist? We don't control anything. We don't control other white people. We don't control nobody. We don't even have control over ourselves. The system got control of us. I know he's a very well intellectual, smart man or whatever. He should know better than this. He spoke about people voting and if you don't vote, then you ignorant and stuff like that, you know. But look at the state that we're in today. Corey, he talked about how America is going around taking countries and shit. You know, they've been doing this, but now it's in plain sight. Can't nobody deny it. Can't nobody say that they didn't see this. Anton, he said he for resolving things. And he said, what can we do? Or what should we do? Or what can be done? We can get our own land. How about that? We can have our own shit. We can have our own military. We can have our own judges, doctors, all that stuff. Why we can't have our own? Why we got to be integrated with these people that clearly don't like us? He said something about white people and how people hate white people. They got a reason for that. Now, as far as people hating black people, what's the reason for people hating black people? What have we done to any nation, any people? What have we done for people to hate us? Because just like Corey said in the beginning, we was brought here on slave ships. We didn't voluntarily come here. And the ignorance of Anton saying that Africans sold African Americans or black people or whatever, first of all, those Africans wasn't our people. It's so many different countries and different tribes in Africa where these tribes are not the same people as these other tribes that's in Africa. All black people in Africa are not the same people, are not the same nationality. Just like you got Korean people and you got Chinese people or Japanese people. They look the same or whatever, same color skin, same eyes, all that stuff, but they're not the same race. So as far as going there and saying that, well, black people sold black people, like, no, Africans sold black people, African Americans or whatever. The so-called Egyptian, if you go in the Bible, was black people. The Israelites, black people. Was they the same nation? Nope. Because at the end, God destroyed the Egyptians, which was a different nation, a different tribe from the black people, from the Israelites. The problem is this man, he don't know who he is. He don't know his nationality because Corey asked him, who are you? Or basically asking him, do he identify as black? And he skipped around that too and basically was like, I'm a Christian. A Christian is not a nationality. You can ask a Chinese man, you can ask a Japanese man what their nationality is. They're going to tell you what their nationality is. I'm a Japanese. Or I'm a Chinese man. Even an African can tell you his nationality. I'm a Nigerian. But a black person, you ask,
okay, bro, kind of look a little Chinese.
him what's his nationality, he gonna tell you 5 or 6 different things. I'm black, I'm a Negro, I'm African American, I'm Black American, I'm a Christian, I'm this or I'm that. And this shows you right here, a lot of black people are still asleep and don't know who they are and don't care who they are. And this man obviously don't care who we are. A lot of our people like to go around and support other nationalities or other people and not even support their own people. You know why? Because they can't. Then they will have to answer to their zaddy or their daddy or whatnot, who control his money, who goddamn got their face on the money. At any point in time, these people can shut your bank account down, take your money, or do whatever they want to do to you. You're mine now. You belong to me. And then you got people who would like to say things like, well, then if you don't like it, then why don't you leave America? Why we got to leave America if we don't like it? Why we can't just get the people that's running America up out of here? And it'd probably be a whole better place. But I don't want to be on here too long. I know I didn't cover everything, but I hope.
Yeah, that was a good extended motherfucking podcast. We learned a lot today. I think the biggest thing that we learned is trust your instinct. You know what people are saying. You heard that shit correctly. When you hear that, hear it. You don't got to act out, but you do got to act accordingly. And that's just the code around this bitch. You ain't got to act out. You got to act accordingly. I'm John motherfucking Blaze. I'm up out of here.